Hi everyone, welcome to this week's What's in Your Cellar video. Today I decided to open up some Chablis. I've got Moreau Naudet Premier Cru Vaillant 2017 vintage. And they have the vintage on the back label here. So Chablis, I think most if not all of us are super familiar with the word Chablis, the name, maybe even that it's Chardonnay. It is a very distinctive style of Chardonnay that I personally love. It's the far northern part of Burgundy. It's a very cold climate area. And so as a result, the wines are low alcohol, bright, crisp, lots of citrus, lots of minerality. And the use of oak is usually relatively low, though not always the case in Grand Cru vineyards. So it reminds me in a lot of ways of what we do with the unoaked Chardonnay, that just really refreshing, clean style of the grape. And that's what I think of when I think of Chablis in general. But this is a pretty special bottle here. And I'm going to go ahead and taste it now. Smells really, really lovely. Like lots of that citrus element, but like exotic citrus, not just lemons, limes, oranges. It's like the floral element you get from Buddha's hand rind, or Meyer lemon, or some of those really aromatic tangerine sorts of citrus fruits, more in that camp. There's definitely a lees element here as well. This is aged, I believe, about 18 months on the lees, actually. Really extensive lees aging, and not batonnage the entire time, but it picks up that almost like nutty brioche element. This has been oak fermented and aged, but it's in 100% used oak. There's no new oak on this at all. Ooh. The acid there is really up front. It's 13% alcohol, so just, you know, for comparison, even our reserve Chard, which is the lowest in our portfolio, is 13.5. So this is definitely leaner and higher acid than even that. But it's, I think, such a versatile food wine because of that. All that citrus is still there. Even with that lower alcohol, it still has a lot of texture to it, a lot of weight on the palate, and the lees aging is really, really evident on the palate as well. It really has this biscuity, brioche, almost like a cheese rind sort of flavor to it as well. Moreau Naudet is one of the top houses in Chablis. The two best, everyone agrees, it's Dauvissat and Ravenel, the two top Chablis houses. And then Moreau Naudet is in a group of maybe 3 or 4 right below that in terms of best of the best in the region. For a long time, Chablis was making really kind of industrial wines, lots of pesticide use, lots of machine harvesting. And then Vincent Dauvissat really started to shine a light on what more organic viticulture and hand harvesting and all of that quality stuff could do for the region. And he inspired a lot of younger winemakers to go down that path. And that's what happened with Stéphane Moreau. In 1999, he took over the family estate, changed everything to organic viticulture, started hand harvesting everything. They do a lot of biodynamic farming as well, even though they're not certified. But the quality has just really skyrocketed since the late 90s. Stéphane passed away 3 or 4 years ago. His wife, who was also his assistant winemaker, Virginie Moreau, has taken over and kept quality really high. Great stuff. Vaillon is a Premier Cru vineyard on the left bank of the Saron River in Chablis. And it's known for really fresh, vibrant fruit. And I think this one shows that vibrancy really well, with just all that citrus flavor that I was talking about. Along the lines of the organic viticulture, they took that same approach in the cellar. All their ferments are native ferment or uninoculated ferments. They do use sulfur, but it's at particular times and really restrained. Mostly they use it to prevent malactic fermentation is the big element here, which is pretty common in Chablis. And everything is done in oak, but they use very little new oak. They steam all of their barrels instead of char them to get less flavor from them. And then they incorporate one barrel per, it's like 100 hectoliters of wine in their basic level Chablis, just the generic village appellation. And then just to use that, get that oak used, and then they can use the barrel once it's been used at least once with the Premier Cru wines, which is sort of interesting because normally you think of more oak being used on the higher level wines, but Moreau Naudet actually goes the other way with it. This is, if you're noticing the small size here, I don't just have giant hands, it's a half bottle. Some of you might not know, but my wife is pregnant, and so I'm just drinking for one right now, and the half bottle really comes in handy with that. I plan to have salmon tonight. I went to the farmer's market this morning and got some really great Half Moon Bay salmon, king salmon that I'll be cooking, some pasta with asparagus and mint and lemon balm. It's just super fresh springtime food, and I think it's going to be fantastic with this Chablis. So thanks everyone, cheers, and see you all on Wednesday.